Hey guys, this is Karthikeya Kantwal from Apex Finserv and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session. Tomorrow is the expiry, so I would advise you to trade with caution before I move on to the charts. Talking about today's trading session, today was a green trading session in general where we had more or less NPNL in the sense that one target was hit on equity side but the other trade closed in red. So with charges and everything, the watch list more or less broke even. But on the indices side, we booked close to 200 or 210 points on Bank Nifty and about 65 in multiple trades on Nifty as well. And that is it from our side. I hope you guys had a green trading session as well. Moving on to the new trades for tomorrow's trading session, the first one that we have is a long planned on ACC where we are going to bet on a really strong support near 1600 or 1605 levels. It has acted as a very strong demand zone multiple times. It has also had a breakout happen from it multiple times. So that is where we are going to be planning our long 1603 at the middle of that. Stop loss at 1585. Ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the second one is a short plan on Torrent Pharma where we are going to go for a really simple short near the previous swing high at 2715. Stop loss at 2750. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. The third is again a pharma, but this time it's Sun Pharma. But the logic is similar. We're going to go for a short at a support turn resistance near 585. Stop loss at 592. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. The fourth one is once again a short on Bharti Airtel, similar to Sun Pharma. Demand turn supply, support on resistance at 583. Stop loss at 590. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. The final equity trade is once again a short on Adani Ports. Now on this one, it was a resistance turn support before, but it has been broken recently and it was rejected multiple times once it was broken. So we're going to go for a short at 525, stop loss above the swing high at 532, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now the equity charts were fairly simple for tomorrow with more or less everything being based on phase analysis. But moving on to the indices because it's the expiry of course, so that is going to be the highlight. Talking first about Nifty. Now on Nifty it's a bit tricky because it's been on a really strong selling note, but we can have a nice long pullback all the way till 14,150, 14,175 or even 14,200 as well. But on the downside, 13,900 is going to act as your immediate level of strong support. It also has multiple confluences with a demand zone Fibonacci level as well as your option chain. So if that is broken, then we'll go whoop straight down 150 200 points yet again. But it's the expiry, so it can go either way. Talking about the option chain for tomorrow, the option chain says that you have immediate resistance at 14,000 obviously with a massive 2 million added contracts, significant at 14,100 with even bigger 3.7 million addition. On the support side, you have 13,900 with 750,000 added contracts, significant at 13,500 with 465,000 added contracts. Now option chain, of course, it is looking really bearish with the writers betting all the more on writing calls, which means they have a bearish point of view. But the PCR of volume comes out to be at 0.80, which means that the public isn't really buying as many puts as the selling pressure which is being reflected, which can mean that it is being overstated, but it is just another possibility. Moving on to the second index that we have, it's Bank Nifty. Now on Bank Nifty, we have very different expectations than what we had yesterday. Yesterday we were looking for range break trades, or even for day before yesterday we were looking for range break trades. But tomorrow it's a really simple sell on pullback on Bank Nifty. I would consider any pullback till 3600 or even 3500 to be a strong short. With the stop loss going about 3800, you can get a really nice RR, even 1:2 if you're lucky. When I talk about the option chain on Bank Nifty, I have immediate resistance at 3500 with 722,000 added contracts, significant at 31,000 with 865,000 added contracts. On the support side, I have 3200 with 175,000 added contracts. And on the significant support, I have 30,000 with 177,000 added contracts. The PCR comes out to be at 1.15, which is really bearish. So when I talk about the option buyer sentiment, it seems to be Nifty versus Bank Nifty tomorrow, which drags what or who pulls whom. that is a question that will be answered tomorrow. But this is it for tonight, guys. Let's see how the expiry unfolds. As I said, trade with caution. If you're relying more on charts, at least wait for the first 30 to 45 minutes, so that at least a couple of 15 minutes candles are formed and you can form a bias accordingly on both the indices, be it Nifty or Bank Nifty. I hope you have a really exciting but equally profitable trading session tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you're liking the content, be sure to like the video, comment something nice, and press that bell notification icon as well. Have a good night. Bye.